Mary Vick, Senior Public Relations and Media Advisor at University Hospitals. Welcome to Ask Rainbow, your trusted resource for pediatric medical information. We've created this exciting online video series just for you because we know you have questions, and no matter how simple or perplexing your questions are, we have the answers from the pediatric experts at Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. Twice monthly, you'll be able to see a new webcast posted for you, and you can watch it at any time because we know that children's health issues can come at any time. And joining me today is Dr. Ellie Silver, who is an immunologist and allergist at University Hospital, Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. You know, I came across a striking statistic that as much as 25% of parents believe that their child has a food allergy. Is that true?
Well, you're right. The rate of food allergy has increased over years. The peanut allergy alone has doubled in the last 10 years. But it's still not as common as people think. Only about 4% of population of children are truly allergic to a food. The rest of it is most likely refers to a food intolerance.
Well, what are we talking about, the difference between intolerance and an allergic reaction?
Right. It seems that the allergic reaction is triggered by our immune system, whereas the food intolerance is more related to indigestion of the food or kind of like a pharmacological reaction to a food, like lactose intolerance, where the lactose sugar is not digested properly, it sits in the belly, ferments, causing gassiness, distension, and discomfort in the baby.
And what symptoms should a parent be looking for that's going to distinguish between intolerance and an allergy? Because both are going to be irritable, right?
Right. There is definitely some overlap between intolerance and food allergy. But you have to keep in mind, food allergy is triggered by immune system that's there to defend us against viruses, bacteria, and invaders. Except in food allergy, the immune system mistakenly identifies food as a potential threat. And in the process of eliminating the threat, there is a collateral damage, the allergy, the food allergy. Now, the immune system, like the defense force, has different branches. There is Navy, there is Marines, and Army, and each of those forces can produce a different allergic response.
And what are some of those responses?
The most classic one would be the antibody-mediated reaction. That's the one you hear about in the news and on TV. It involves hives, swelling, angioedema, wheezing, asthma, potentially even death, and that's the one you need to be most afraid of. It's not it's not very subtle, it's very clear, and most parents would know that something is wrong. There are other more subtle food allergies like eczema, a dry, itchy, inflamed skin. This type of reaction may happen days, sometimes, or hours after the exposure, never really linking the reaction to the food exposure. Or bleeding in an infant. Bloody stools could sometimes be caused by a reaction to milk and soy. Yeah. But all in all, there is one thing in common. In food allergy, it's an immune reaction, and it's always reproducible, even with small amounts of foods. Whereas with intolerance, sometimes you really have to eat a lot before you start having symptoms.
But an allergy, it's always going to be that.
It's usually a small amount, and it's always going to happen.
Right.
The immune system does not forget.
Right. Now, some years ago, my daughter, when she was little, we brought her in to be tested for food allergies. It was quite a procedure, pricking all over, and then they determined what the allergy was. But is that still the process?
Nowadays, we still rely on skin tests and blood tests, and sometimes in combination to help understand what is food allergy, what not. One thing to keep in mind that having a positive allergy test does not always mean that you will be allergic, and therefore it's recommended that the parents should seek consultation with someone who is board certified in allergy and is familiar and knows how to interpret those allergy tests.
And of course, all of our allergists here at Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital are board certified, so you're
definitely
certainly a great source for it. Thank you, Dr. Ellie Silver, for joining us today.
Thank you.
We invite you to email your questions to Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital doctors anytime. They will be answered by a physician within 48 hours and could be the subject of a future webcast. If you prefer to call, the number is 216-UH4KIDS. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Ask Rainbow.